The storm began without warning. Across the fractured skies above Fawcett City, at the center of this growing chaos stood Billy Batson, trembling as the wind howled with strange supernatural resonance. For days, Billy had felt a disturbance in the weave of eternity. The Council of Wizards had vanished into silence. The rock of eternity pulsed with an unease he could not explain. And now the storm, a storm infused with magic older than Olympus, stirred the word etched into his very soul. Shazam! The wizard's voice echoed faintly, almost lost in the storm. Billy's fist clenched. Whenever destiny whispered, it rarely brought good news. He took a deep breath and shouted, "Shazam!" The lightning descended like a divine hammer. In a blinding explosion of light, Shazam, avatar of divine power, vessel of the wisdom of Solomon, the strength of Hercules, the lightning of Zeus, and the fury of 1,000 storms. Yet even in this empowered form, he felt unsettled. The storm that mirrored his transformation was not his doing. Someone or something was interfering. At that same moment, billions of miles away in a universe separated by cosmic membranes, thinner than a whisper, another life carried on with absolute normalcy. Z City, a quiet, unremarkable apartment, a white cape hanging slightly torn, an empty grocery bag, and a bald hero sitting bored on his couch, looking more concerned about discount sales than any approaching cosmic threat. Saitama yawned. No villains today, no monsters rampaging, not even a mosquito to swat. Life had returned to its painfully repetitive loop, where the most powerful being in his universe struggled not with enemies, but with crippling boredom. Then the universe shook. It was subtle at first, a vibration in the air, then a flicker of light, and then a sudden pressure, like the fabric of reality wrinkled around him. Saitama slowly turned his head. A glowing tear split open above his apartment, swirling with colors not found on any spectrum. Wind roared out of it, pulling at everything not bolted down. Papers flew. His cape flapped wildly. Yet Saitama simply lifted an eyebrow. Another dimensional thing. Man, I just cleaned this place. The portal expanded, glowing with golden lightning, resonating with magic that this universe had never known. And from its depths, the roar of thunder rolled through Z City like a divine announcement. Someone was coming through. Back in Billy's world, Shazam soared to the edge of the stratosphere, following the unnatural storm's trajectory. The magical disturbance was no longer contained to his universe. It reached beyond, breaching into unknown realms. The wizard's fading voice had warned him moments earlier.
A force outside your reality threatens the balance. Follow the rift, or watch both worlds fall.
Shazam didn't hesitate. He ascended higher, letting Zeus's lightning guide him. The sky tore open, revealing a vortex of spiraling worlds, dimensions colliding like waves at the edge of creation. He braced himself, then flew straight into the breach. The transition felt like flying through the bloodstream of a god, every color, every sound, every shard of possibility rushing past. And then, abruptly, he burst out the other side. A new world stretched beneath him. Gray buildings, smoke-filled skies, a sprawling city that felt strangely mundane, yet scarred by past battles. And at its center was the source of the cosmic tremor. A bald man in a cape stood staring up at him with casual disinterest, hands in his pockets. Shazam landed hard enough to crack the pavement, sparks of divine electricity rippling from his boots. Civilians scattered in fear, yet the bald man barely reacted. Saitama blinked once. Cosplayer. Shazam frowned. He felt immense strength radiating from the man, strength that didn't align with any magical signature. Raw, overwhelming physical power. But the man's relaxed demeanor made no sense. "Who are you?" Shazam demanded, lightning crackling through his veins. "No one special," Saitama shrugged. "Just a hero for fun." Shazam narrowed his eyes. Something deep inside him, the wisdom of Solomon, whispered a warning. This man was dangerous. But before he could speak, the dimensional rift behind him flickered violently. A shockwave erupted across both universes. The ground split, buildings shook, energy pulsed through reality like a heartbeat on the verge of collapse. Saitama glanced at the chaos, then back at Shazam. "You bring this storm with you, or what?" "I'm here to stop whatever caused it," Shazam replied. "But if you're responsible," Saitama rolled his eyes. "Bro, I'm just trying to buy groceries. I don't have time for..." The ground exploded between them. A final surge of unstable magic pulsed outward, forcing both heroes to brace. A voice neither could place thundered across existence. "Champion of magic, champion of strength. Only one may remain." Saitama sighed. "Oh great, another challenger." Shazam looked up at the storm, fists tightening. "If that's how it has to be." Their eyes locked. Shazam lifted off the ground in a slow, steady rise, lightning trailing off him in brilliant arcs. "You're powerful," he said, his voice layered with divine resonance. "But this universe-endangering storm is forcing our hands. It wants us to fight, so I'll end this quickly before more people are hurt." Saitama looked up, unimpressed. "That's nice. Can we hurry up? I have a sail to catch." The lightning behind Shazam exploded. He launched forward like a golden meteor. Saitama didn't even flinch. Shazam's fist connected with Saitama's face, sending a shock through his own arm, like he had just punched the core of a star. Saitama didn't budge. That was pretty okay," Saitama said. Shazam's eyes widened. No one had ever tanked the full force of Hercules, Zeus, and Solomon's divine might like that. His expression hardened. "Very well, time to escalate." He blitzed Saitama with a barrage of lightning-fast punches, each blow carrying enough force to level mountains. Saitama let them land, his head moving only inches each time. "You done?" Saitama asked, bored. Shazam's patience cracked. Thunder roared as he summoned Zeus's lightning and slammed it down like a heavenly guillotine. The blast lit the entire district in white fire. The ground cratered thousands of meters across, the air ionizing from the sheer power. Smoke curled around Saitama. He casually brushed ash off his cape. "Dude, I'm literally trying not to yawn." Shazam grit his teeth. This wasn't arrogance. This wasn't bravado. This man genuinely didn't feel his attacks. Shazam rocketed into the clouds, lightning trailing behind him like a comet tail. He extended both hands, calling not just Zeus, but the combined will and power of the six gods, the full might of the Shazam pantheon. Lightning gathered into a colossal sphere above the city, a sun forged of divine fury. Saitama squinted. "That's a pretty big ball. This ends now." Shazam roared, dropping the sphere like a fallen star. The blast swallowed the city block, ripping through the ground, vaporizing concrete, turning steel to molten rivers. The sky itself seemed to scream under the detonation. For a moment Shazam allowed himself to hope. Then he saw it, a silhouette walking through the storm of light, untouched, unburned, unimpressed. Saitama approached, hands in his pockets. "Okay, my turn." It wasn't a threat. It wasn't anger. It was simply the natural order of things, like gravity deciding to act. Saitama bent his knees slightly. Shazam's instincts exploded with warning. He threw up magical shields, layer after layer, barriers reinforced by ancient runes. It didn't matter. Saitama blurred forward, closing the distance in a single effortless motion. Shazam tried to counter, summoning every ounce of magical power he possessed, but Saitama's fist was already there. Just one punch. Not serious, not even calculated, just sufficient. The hit landed squarely in Shazam's chest. Reality rippled outward like a stone tossed in water. The divine lightning collapsed. The storm itself paused, shocked before shattering entirely. Shazam flew backward like a meteor shot from a god's sling. He broke through 4 buildings, leveled an entire city block, and finally crashed into the crater that used to be a shopping district. He didn't get up. His chest armor was fractured. The magic inside him flickered violently. He stared upward at the sky, barely conscious, vision swimming. How could any mortal, any being, possess such raw, unstoppable strength? Footsteps approached. Saitama peered down into the crater, expression mildly apologetic. "Hey, you alive? I didn't go all out or anything." Shazam struggled to speak. The word Shazam tried to form on his lips, but the breath wouldn't come. His divine power refused to respond. His magic was tangled, disrupted by the very punch that had ended the fight. Saitama offered a thumbs up. "Good fight though, you tried really hard." Shazam frowned weakly. Why are you so strong?" Saitama blinked. "I did 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and ran 10 kilometers every day." Shazam managed a pained laugh. "That makes no sense." "Yeah, people keep telling me that." The storm clouds finally dissipated.